Asked to address the House for 5 minutes and revise and extend. Crying, vomiting, and 8 months pregnant, the young woman walked in labor pains for an hour in search of an ambulance. She was 23 years old. Her journey did not end with that. She finally got to a place where a taxi was there. She had to convince this taxi driver, in the midst of confusion, desperation, lack of food, to take her 12 hours in labor to a place where she could deliver her baby. That is the plight of almost 650,000 women in Pakistan, where the floodwaters are monstrosities that you would not imagine. In visiting Pakistan, the Congressional Pakistan Caucus, in the last 10 days, I could see water as far as the eye could see. The devastation is overwhelming. 33 million people displaced, more than 600,000 homeless, but more than that, hungry, and of course, homelessness without housing. I am continuing to thank the Biden administration for its initial support of the UN fund, $30 million, and the additional funding of $20 million. After our leaving and working with the administration, briefing in Islamabad, the United States military joined in dropping or delivering 300,000 tents. To my colleagues, more is needed. I'll be introducing legislation that reflects the delegation's work and as well their efforts. And that is, we need additional funding for this devastating conditions. We have to realize, as I visited the people in Dadu, children are without schools, pregnant women are without medical care, and as I indicated, more and more women will be giving birth over the next 6 weeks. This can turn into a medical crisis. The water is not moving, primarily because this water is without a place to drain. There are no drainage facilities, if you will, in that area. So we will also have waterborne diseases like hepatitis, dengue fever, malaria. The people of Pakistan need our help. And Pakistani Americans have risen to their call. So many in my congressional district are providing and looking to help send medical care, if you will. Doctors are leaving various places in America to head in that direction. But it is very important for the United States Congress to go on record in recognizing the devastation that the people are facing every single day. How would you imagine, even in the trials and tribulations that we have in the United States, that you have populations of people who are isolated by dirty water, that there are people who are living in the out areas with no shelter whatsoever, and now the hunger and lack of food is rising, and pregnant women are fearful for the unbelievable challenges they have in giving birth. I am calling upon our Congress, as I introduce this legislation dealing with the devastation of the floods in Pakistan, to join me in supporting the legislation and as well recognizing the dire conditions that our friends in Pakistan are having. Our final point is to be reminded that Pakistan has been a friend and has helped us in the evacuation of Afghan refugees, helped us in the war on terror where they lost Pakistani military in the war on terror, and of course the huge and very engaging Pakistan diaspora, Pakistani Americans who are both respected and of course energized to be collaborative with their government here in the United States to try to save the lives of babies and children, women and men, people who are sick, kidney transplants who can't get their medicine. It is imperative that we rise up to this occasion. Let me thank the members of the Pakistan Caucus who joined us, Mr. Swazin Green, and we are grateful for all of our members who have been so energetic in advocating for strong Pakistan-U.S. relationships. I do also want to acknowledge USAID, the embassy staff, and of course the President and Prime Minister and other leaders of government who opened their doors in the midst of this crisis for us to be briefed and to see the ongoing devastation that's going there. I will come back to the floor again back to the floor again, because I am in fear of the devastation of pregnant women being stranded in places around that region that cannot be reached. This 23-year-old traveled 12 hours out of her mind, if you will,
The
to get to a
gentlewoman's
place.
time is up.
I ask my colleagues to join me. I yield back.